games, why not? Although I will say, since you sent that video, are you recording or no?
Do you want me to record it, or do you want to record it? That's up between me and
Oh,
you.
okay, well, you can record it then. I mean, I have enough. My channel gets enough attention anyway.
Hey, you know what? You know what? That's fair. Yeah. So,
Oh man, all I need to do is piss off Mega Man fans again.
I can't believe. I mean, okay, I guess because I haven't played Mega Man 3, I did not expect as much hate as you were going to get. I wouldn't say Mega Man 3 is the worst game ever, but I see your reasoning behind it. I mean, definitely.
Well, I mean, at least at the moment, it's the worst video game that I have ever played.
Would you say it's worse than? Well, you compared it to Security Breach and
Super Meat Boy Forever.
Yes, those two. I have not played Super Meat Boy Forever, but I have played Fnaf Security Breach, and a game worse than that is kind of shocking to me because Security Breach is such a I don't know the word. Such a bad.
It's a middle finger of an experience.
Yeah, it's such a. I guess that's how we can start this discussion off. Or I guess we should do intros. You know, I'm good at this. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm a professional.
Okay, well here's my intro. Hello.
Yep, I'm here with Dr. CF. I'm ESC, aka Evil Spirit Commentary, the best commentator in the world. Even though that's a fucking lie.
Similarly to yesterday with a guy who exists who was called Sword on YouTube. Similarly to the discussion we had yesterday, I'm just in my bed with my phone right now.
Hey, that's hey, as long as you're comfortable, man, that's all that matters.
Yeah, well, and also as long as I don't like fall asleep or anything, but I don't think that's gonna happen in the middle of a conversation.
Passes out. I mean, you know.
Oh wait, I forgot. I have narcolepsy. Falls asleep.
Oh frick! Someone turned on the freaking laughing gas. Nah, I'm kidding. Okay, so I guess since we brought it up, I guess the first
security breach.
We could talk about security because one, you have a series going on right now of Security Breach. I believe it's it's how Security Breach ruined everything, a la Gaming Magic 13's how Toy Story 4 ruined everything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the title is a direct reference to that, but also a pun because of the DLC being called Ruin. I haven't.
Yeah.
If you're wondering why I haven't continued that series in a while, it's because I haven't played Help Wanted 2 yet. I need to wait for flat mode to come out for it. But after I play Help Wanted, continue the series so I have more information. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You don't wanna accidentally date yourself, which is fair. That's fair.
I just get I say something, I get like 20,000 comments that all say, actually, this isn't the case anymore.
Well, I mean, like, that's how, like, Security Breach, the main ending of Security Breach, everybody, including myself, believed it was the ending where you fought, what's their name? You fought Springtrap, or Burnt Trap, I don't know what they call them in that game, but
they called him Burn Trap.
Yeah, I thought so. But you fight Burn Trap, and at the end of, I guess, like, in Ruin, they stated that that was no longer the case. Instead, it was, I believe...
The Mimic!
Yeah, they brought up the Mimic. They brought up how it was actually the Princess Quest minigame that was the true ending. Which I always thought that was part of it. Like, I thought it was just a minigame that you played.
Well, okay, so I thought the, I was informed that in the files, the ending, in, like, the soundtrack, at least that's what I thought. I thought the Burn Trap ending was the true ending, but that's what I thought, but also anytime somebody said, well, I know it's the true ending because it's the only one that's animated, I'm like, well, that's not concrete evidence.
Yeah.
But also I thought that the file names, which I may or may not have been misinformed unless they retconned it.
I
you know, the cutscenes being animated differently doesn't make it.
Yeah, it doesn't make
it a
it
fake ending or a true ending.
Yeah, exactly.
It just makes it.
It just makes
presented differently.
Yeah, it just makes it another ending in the game. Which, I mean,
I will say, I consider endings in games like unless an ending is specifically spelled out to be like some alternate timeline ending, I just assume that the endings are possible outcomes, so canonically they could have happened but didn't.
I normally think of it like in Fnaf 3, how there was the ending or the bad ending, and then Fnaf sister location, I believe, had um, the the true ending and the false ending. Which the true ending was like you got scooped, false ending you fight entered.
The true ending was the default one, and the false ending was the one that you have to put extra effort into getting.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, Security Breach. I have only played. I think I got to the daycare and I couldn't push myself to keep going. I mean, mind you, I did play the Switch version because in before anybody says, "Oh, well, that's why," because it's a Switch version. What do you expect? It's still a version.
The game is horrible to begin with.
Yeah, like
the game is just terrible.
Yeah, the whole thing of you're running around the daycare and the moon thing is following you, Moondrop or whatever. Like he's following you and you gotta hide from him and Jesus.
And also you can't even see properly in that whole thing. But also they decided, hey, let's have a save station here, but we'll have it deactivate after the cutscene with no indication that it's going to deactivate. So the first time around you're screwed, and also you can't stay in the middle of the mission at all.
Exactly. Like I think a lot of people, more recently I noticed more people are defending Security Breach, saying that it's more of a, like, it's not as bad as everybody says it is, and like I think it's a pretty shit game. I would say it's one of the worst games I ever played. I think it's on the par with Sticker Star or fucking The Walking Dead Season 3, New Frontier. That game sucked. But you know, I'd say on par with those other games. It's just such a...
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know either of them, so I can't comment.
You never played Sticker Star? I don't blame you. I've played... It's Paper Mario Sticker Star.
I actually haven't played any of the Paper Mario games. The most I know about Paper Mario is the fact that on Twitter recently, some people were like, "Oh my god, there's a trans character in the remake." Why am I Eric Cartman?
Yeah, why are you...
Why am I Eric Cartman?
There was a lot of people who got mad about that. I didn't... Cause like,
and then apparently there's also a transphobic character, so that's just them. Yeah, that's just the people on Twitter.
Yeah, but I believe that the game of Security Breach, it's just such a shit game. Like, honestly, it's one of the... Because, like, other than just how bad the game was, it kind of, like, made me realize, do I even like this series anymore?
Well, it was also poorly optimized on release.
Oh, very, very... I mean, because as we were talking about with the endings and stuff, we don't know what the true ending is. I guess we do now, because Help Wanted 2's out, and I haven't played too much of Help Wanted 2. We're not going to discuss it here, because me and you both haven't really played much of it. I'm guessing you've only...
And when...
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, you go ahead.
And when I was, like, doing my ranking of the games, I'm including the DLC in each game, and I really don't get why... A lot of people do this. A lot of people, for some reason... count Ruin as a different game when ranking them, but they don't do it for like FNAF World Update 2 or Sister Location Custom Night, and I'm just like, what's the consistency? So my consistency is that I just count all of the DLC as part of the game.
Well, I mean, that's fair. I normally count them all, like, if the DLC, I guess, is different enough, where it's like, is it total, like, Shadow of Rose for Resident Evil 7, Village, like, you play with more, like, less guns, more magic-esque stuff, I guess is, like, the best thing to go about it. The best way to say it. But it's like, these games are, like, ruined such a... Like, it felt more like they were trying just to continue what they left off with.
So, what I think when it comes to people's opinions on whether or not Security Breach or Ruin is better or worse than the other one, I think it really comes down to whether or not you would rather have a bad experience in a way that pisses you off or a bad experience in the way that bores you.
Yeah, it's more of, like you said, yeah, with that. I would say
Security Breach is like Security Breach feels like it hates you, and then Ruin is just nothing.
Ruin is just the person who's talking to you over the phone, like, and like it's like Phone Guy in FNAF 1, kind of just
it's
talking to you.
It's Mr. Hippo's speeches, the game.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's just nothing but mediocrity schlock, and that's kind of like
at least Security Breach made me feel something. Ruin, I was just so bored, and I was like, and then you know how you've seen Gravity Falls, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, stupid question. Everybody's seen Gravity Falls.
Don't say that. A lot of people apparently haven't, from what I've seen. It's like very weird.
Okay, well, like, well, if you haven't seen it and you don't want spoilers, cover your ears for like the next 20 seconds. So that the mask mechanic with Mixus in Ruin is like that part of Gravity Falls where Time Baby challenges Bill Cipher, and Bill's just like, "Oh no, what am I gonna do about you?" And he just shoots him and kills him instantly.
Yeah,
that's taking off the mask.
Yeah, it's like literally.
That's what taking off the mask does.
Yeah, it's just such a because Ruin was just honestly not like, because many people hyped it up when it was coming out, because Ruin came out. Like, weirdly enough, I think Security Breach and Ruin came out at such a weird time. Because, like, at the time when Ruin came out, or not Ruin, Security Breach came out, we got Poppy's Playtime, which was a huge hit. Every YouTuber was playing it. And then when...
I actually haven't played it. Should I give it a shot? Would you recommend it at all?
I played the first chapter. It's a fine game. The concept's good. It's just not really like worth $5, in my opinion. It's very short. It's less than an hour.
I heard that like every chapter you have to pay for, but the first one might as well just be a tutorial, right? So that part should be free.
Yeah, it was $5 on like computer.
Well, I mean, hey.
Past computer, like PCs and stuff, or PlayStation. And stuff.
How sad is it that Poppy Playtime? Well, I mean, once again, I can't comment on the quality of Poppy Playtime. How sad is it that Poppy Playtime, which, from my awareness, is at least semi-competent, doesn't has you pay for every chapter, including the tutorial chapter, when fucking Garten of Banban didn't make that mistake.
Garten of Banban, oh god! But I was about to actually bring that up and say, when Ruin was coming out, I think Garten of Banban was getting a 3rd entry? I'm not 100% sure. But I remember, like, a lot of people were bringing that up to me. It's like, it's funny how many mascot horror games were coming out, like, because, you know, like, FNAF obviously inspired the whole, well, not fully inspired. I think there was games before it. But it really embraced...
FNAF is definitely the most influential.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think FNAF is, like, the most influential horror game, but more of the mascot horror of, oh, there's this person, he's doing this thing, stop this person. You know, and it's like, oh.
Or survive. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's probably why FNAF was so influential. Instead of stopping them, you just have to survive long enough.
Yeah, I mean, there's games like Amnesia and Outlast, which does the whole runaway or try to survive the onslaught of enemies that are after you or whatever. And like,
but FNAF is different because
FNAF is
can't move at all. You're stuck in one spot. And instead you have to just observe what the other guys do and react to their behavior.
Yeah. Which, weirdly enough, Star Fox Guard did that, which is kind of funny.
I have not played a single Star Fox game.
Oh, you should. They're pretty good. Okay, so to move on from Security Breach, we're going to kind of do this in a backwards order.
One more thing to say about Security Breach with Ruin. I hate how Roxanne Wolf is written. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. So you might say, oh, well, why do you hate Roxy for being bad? You like Monty. And I'm like, you're right. I do like Monty. The difference is that the game doesn't try to suddenly have Monty be a nice person or try to convince you Monty is nice. Roxy's a bitch for all of Security Breach, and then until like the last 5 minutes of Ruin, she's also mean, and then suddenly she's just really nice and caring out of nowhere. I hate it.
No,
It's like it's gaslighting your audience.
yeah, it's just basically just, oh, like our characters, they're so cool, and it's like, because they're so nice. I mean, I feel like that's also another thing. It's like Security Breach. Also, I didn't like the fact that they personified the characters, because like the entire point of FNAF 1, 2, 3, 4, sister location, all that stuff, was like the whole, these people are dead inside. They have no emotions. They don't care if you fucking, like, I mean, I bet they would care if you go and beat them up with a fucking hammer, but if you, like,
then UCN had, like, the voice line. I mean, technically Pizzeria Simulator and Sister Location also had voice lines, but UCN is where it became, like, a big thing.
Well, UCN is more like...
I don't mind it. I don't mind it in UCN. UCN isn't really supposed to be a horror game. It's just supposed to be, like, a challenge.
UCN's more of, like, if you played FNAF 1, 2, and 3, or, like, FNAF previous, this is your game where you can actually just sit down and, like, get good at it, which we'll talk about UCN in a minute. But, yeah, I'm not a big fan of them personifying the characters to make them, like, always talk. Because, like, with Baby's fine. Baby's fine.
I actually think...
Go ahead.
I think the characters talking in Security Breach, here's what I think. Okay, Monty being an asshole all the way through, that's fine with me. Sure, whatever. I wouldn't say it makes him scary, but it does make him a more interesting character. Roxy being a bitch, I think I would be fine with that if it weren't for the fact that they then tried to 180 out of that later. With, like, no transition. And then Chica, I actually really like what they did with Chica, where she is basically dead inside with, like, mindless security protocol. I really like that. I thought that was a nice touch.
Yeah. I was just more sick of, like, always hearing, "Where are you?" And it's like, oh god, great. Now they heard me fucking knock over something, so now they're gonna chase after me. And then they cheat. But it's just like the personification really was kind of like, it didn't make it more scary. It made it more like, okay, well now I know when you're after me. Cool. That's awesome.
You like how... Well, I mean, the game also plays as sound when they see you, and also has, like, that sneaking icon, which if you're crouching will turn red.
Yeah.
If they see you. Well, by the way, why is there a yellow mode in the middle where it's like, oh, it'll turn yellow if an animatronic is looking at you? Okay, how is that not getting caught?
Yeah, they notice, they see you, but they're like, not today. I think it's more of like, they heard you, and they're like, they can see you, but it's like they don't see you. Because like in Metal Gear, the enemies, they'll go, huh? What was that? And they'll like, walk over, and the status will be like, caution. And then... Or
if they were aware of your presence.
Yeah,
is like that what you mean?
Like, if they heard... No, like, just seriously just go, what was that noise? And they go over, and they don't see you. And they don't see you, then it goes back to normal. Sorry.
Even if it was that, they always talk as if they know you're in the room. And not just that, but they all... At least one of the enemy animatronics, 3 main enemy animatronics in the entire giant mall always happen to be in the same location as you, which doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's...
I mean, obviously, I think that's... Obviously, that's a concession I'm willing to make from a game design perspective, but I do think it is weird.
It's very
when
odd.
You notice it.
Yeah, it's very odd. So, going... do you have any more things to say about Security Breach? Or anything else?
Everything there is to say about Security Breach, I either have said or am going to say in my series.
All right. Well, something that isn't in your series, which I've only watched a few of the episodes, but I don't think you've talked about this. I know you talked about the game. I mean, I don't feel like you would skip out on it. But Five Nights at Freddy's Special Delivery. The now rest in soul, it's gone. But, yeah, we can talk about that.
I like how you didn't even say rest in peace, because it doesn't deserve to.
I feel bad for it, because I know what they were trying to do. It's not a bad idea, but God, the game was just not that fun. It's just
So, well, okay, I tried playing it, and then I just. So then Bonnie showed up and started being an enemy. I could not for the life of me figure out what the hell I was supposed to do about him, and then I just gave up. It's not fun and it's frustrating.
it's such a weird game. Like from a gameplay perspective, it was just really odd how how special delivery worked with the whole, oh, they're coming to your house. We're using AR technology. And then, like, they show you your house, and it's like, why do you need my GPS for that? Why? I'm not going to be playing this on, like, the road or anything. It's like Pokemon Go, except you're not...
Oh, wait, you know what it is? You know what it is? Face Raiders on the 3DS didn't need my address.
Yeah, exactly. It's like...
I'm probably like one of 2 people to even remember that exists.
Oh no! I am one of those people who remember that game exists because it was a good game. I mean, honestly.
No, it was fun.
Yeah, it was good.
Very cursed, though.
What, you didn't like the fact that your face morphed off you? God, that game's
I
funny.
remember seeing a video where it was like Face Raiders bosses, and the person made like Donald Trump and Barack Obama some of the bosses. Oh my
God, that's funny. Presidential final bosses. There you go, for anybody who wants to make an indie game out there with the presidents. There you go.
What about a fighting game with the presidents, like Super Smash Brothers with the president?
There is believe it or not, there is a fighting game for gods, like Jesus Christ and stuff.
Oh, that's cool. I wonder if any of the Steam reviews are just somebody being like, "Oh my God, this is blasphemous! This is what the liberals are doing to our
Could you imagine? Fuckers using Jesus Christ like that. It's like, it is kind of fucked up, but
you know what it is? You know what it is? He should be carrying around the cross.
No. What's funny is his intro animation in the game is he summons himself, and like he comes up on the cross, and then he just breaks off the freaking cross. Like, bam!
Actually, we should get back to Fnaf.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. But yeah. With Fnaf Special Delivery, we went way off topic. But Fnaf Special Delivery was such a not a bad idea, but my God, it just didn't work for me.
The idea. Here's the thing. Good ideas don't matter if you don't have good execution.
Yeah. I think just the fact that like like every time when someone talks about it, the only footage they use is Markiplier's footage of the game, which is fair. I mean, he was like he was advertising the game, so I think that's why he had the.
He was literally in the trailer.
Yeah, exactly. Which I mean, hey, that's cool for Mark, but I just find it weird that like they never did that again for any other FNAF game.
I can't believe it. Markiplier finally lived up to his brother working with furries.
Exactly. But yeah, FNAF Special Delivery. I've only played maybe. I'd be generous and say maybe an hour with it until I was like, okay, yeah, no, I don't really want to.
I've probably played like 3 hours, most of which were trying to deal with Bonnie, and then I was like, okay, this isn't worth it.
Yeah, the game definitely, like, because many people made the joke of, is this going to be coming to PC? Like, you know, or not PC, like consoles or PCs and stuff, because it was only on mobile. Like, it was the only FNAF mobile game.
I can't wait to play Special Delivery on my watch.
That would be funny. I mean, honestly, I get what they were trying to do, but like the entire point was you were at your house. You weren't like, it wasn't like Minecraft Earth or fucking Pokemon Go, where you could like actually walk around and stuff, because they had to come to you, to your house.
Is Pokemon Go still a thing? I never played it.
Yeah, it's still people are still playing it. I think it's still like, because I played a little bit of it. I actually played Pikmin Bloom more than I ever played Pokemon Go, which shocking, I know, but Yeah, FNAF.
Well, I mean, I've never played Pokemon Go.
Yeah, exactly.
I've played Special Delivery more than Pokemon Go. Oh no.
Where's our priorities lie at? But yeah, okay.
Well, I made up for it by voicing that Vaporeon.
Exactly.
That's my apology.
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't play Pokemon Go, but I did voice act as Vaporeon. There we go. Oh, like it's like
Anytime I tell somebody that, they immediately get the wrong idea.
Yeah, exactly. Let's bring up. It seems like everybody, aside me and a few others, think this because now we're going to go on to apparently the best FNAF game. I almost said special delivery. No, it's goddamn.
What do you mean? It is the best FNAF game.
No. Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted, aka FNAF VR, aka Five Nights at Freddy's VR special delivery. You know the game. We know the game.
Okay, well, I have nothing to add there. That is my favorite one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Did you play VR or did you play flat? I'm guessing you played flat.
I played flat mode.
So, okay, I guess the first question is, do you think this is the scariest FNAF game?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. No. Well, first off, my answer is no. But I can't comment about whether or not it would. I can understand that it could possibly be if you play it in VR, but I didn't have that.
Well, see, that's the
equipment.
thing. That's the thing about it, is like, FNAF VR is only scary when you are in VR, and it's not special. Because, like, okay, FNAF VR, whenever I actually played on I played on flat and Oculus, and to be honest with you, I wasn't scared. Like, the game never scared me in flat mode. In Oculus mode, yeah, it scared me a couple times because obviously, you know.
You know what I think.
What?
Oh man, God, I would really hate to play the Funtime Foxy / Lolbit level in VR.
God. You think that's bad? The Mangle.
Wait, did it? I think I remember hearing this. Didn't Scott himself say that level was like the scariest one or something?
I think something like that. Yeah.
Don't quote me on that because I can't tell you if that is actually what happened. But I think I remember hearing that one specifically scared him.
I mean, yeah, I don't blame people for thinking that because it is like you're in the dark, you can't see, flash a light. Oh, there he is. And he's just chilling over there in the corner, twitching his head.
Look at James Charles.
Guys, look. Yeah, exactly. And the thing is that I don't like... The thing is, I don't think FNAF VR is necessarily all that's cracked up to be. Like, I think it's a good game, but I do not think it's the best Five Nights at Freddy's. We'll go over my favorite in a minute. But,
Okay, well, I mean, my second favorite, if this is worth anything, I think the second best one is FNAF 4.
We'll get to those. We'll get to those because I do have something to say about FNAF 4. Because I mean, not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. But FNAF VR most specifically, it seems like everybody was like, "This is where FNAF peaked." Like everybody liked this one, and I don't blame people for liking it. Obviously, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. They can like fucking FNAF World for all I care. Can't wait to
they can like Mega Man 3.
Exactly. You can hate Mega Man 3 and you just get a lot of hate for it. God. But yeah, you know what I mean though, like FNAF World is such a... I don't know what the word is. Like, it's such a... Or not FNAF World. FNAF VR, it seems like everybody agrees that it's a good FNAF game, and then a lot of people believe it's the best FNAF game. Because... Now, why do you like it so much, if you don't mind me asking? Fully.
I like the variety, but not like in like a sister location way, where so FNAF VR has variety, but it also has like some things that are repeated. My problem with sister location, well, one, the lack of replayability, but in sister location you don't play the same minigame again, or they never like build on the mechanics in each one.
Yeah. So like FNAF VR does that. Like they build up on it. Like I mean, they didn't really touch the first 3 FNAF games at all, really. Like, they're just FNAF 1 through 3, but this time you're in VR. Which is fine. I mean, I wouldn't want them to, like, add in, like, a 5th animatronic in each one. Or whatever. Like, another animatronic that you had to deal with to make it fresh or anything. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying I want that. What I am saying is, I think FNAF VR is very heavily, helped by the fact that the first 3 FNAF games are there. Like, overall.
Well,
Or 4.
if it's worth saying, I don't like FNAF 3, and I think the remake of FNAF 2 and Help Wanted does it a disservice.
Oh, don't worry. I'll actually bring this up because FNAF 2 is one of my favorite FNAF games. The thing is, though, with FNAF 2 is many people bring that up as they don't really do a whole lot with what made FNAF 2 so good. Rather, they just keep going with the issue is you can't really make FNAF 2 work like that. You can't make it work with how they made it.
Yeah, because the mechanics are built around you having limited vision.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, in FNAF 2, it felt more like you were always in a panic, which made the game way more scary.
Yeah.
With the VR version,
you can't play a game like that if it's in VR and you have to put like a bunch of animations for everybody moving around and stuff.
Yeah. And another thing is, like, FNAF VR, as a whole game, I don't think it's that great. I'm not saying it's bad, but one of my biggest issues with FNAF VR is that everybody's like, oh my god, it's so scary. Yeah, you're in VR. They're in your face. I'd be scared too if Bonnie just jumped out of nowhere and bit my head off. Yeah, I'd be scared too.
Well, no, you wouldn't be scared because you would be dead.
Yeah, you would not survive a Bonnie to the face. But you know what I mean. It's like
yeah, God, it's so stupid. In the FNAF movie, Freddy has the strength to bite an entire human being.
I didn't even think about talking about the FNAF movie.
Okay, you know what? Let's talk about the FNAF movie for like 1 second. 0 out of 10. There you go.
0 out of 10. Yeah, fuck that movie. Oh, Twitter. Oh, sorry.
You can't really give a movie a 0 out of 10, but I don't care. 0 out of 10.
Yeah, it's a bad movie. All around a awful movie. We won't talk about it.
Oh my god! And then Vanessa's like, "Well, Mike, I tried to warn you. I warned you this whole time in my own."